Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's week 3 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports.
It is a perfect night here in the capital city of Atlanta, Georgia. We've got the roof open and we are ready to go at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Tonight it's a preseason matchup here in week 3 between the Cleveland Browns and the Atlanta Falcons. Kicks it on the ground, whip, taken around the 28. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Falcon offense about ready to go to work here for the first time, and leading them as he has since 2008 is the veteran quarterback, former MVP, Matt Ryan. Throwing on first down, Ryan. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out there and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
It's a big play there for Atlanta.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this.
Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
You know, someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Crew able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Crew to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry, 69 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we'll tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at 3rd and 8. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense?
No.
Amazing, perfectly placed. If that one goes one extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
He spots Landry, who makes a really nice catch.
And they were backed up to start the drive.
All right.
Anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And it
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to try and go deep again.
Yeah,
He's
boy.
caught.
Touchdown.
Cleveland. Ryan Switzer, 43 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot where they have a combo ball. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to someone else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, it's Patterson. And
Damn.
brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. He's going to have to hook up to Gage. And he'll go down the now before getting this inside the 30.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. You keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, Patterson. And he went
Yeah, boy.
He'll be down at the 30. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without
Oh, got it. Yeah.
This is picked up by the Browns. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
yeah, right now, you know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, hey, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Mayfield hands it off to
shit. God damn. I get a brick fucking water.
Up in a big way. I think doubling him has a real priority.
Fucking timeout.
If you don't take care of him first.
I'm going to throw a Hail Mary.
First of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Third and short yardage. Mayfield going deep here for Landry.
Got it.
And that is
Yeah. Got
touched down deep into enemy territory.
Fuck yeah. There you go over there.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good.
21-7.
Now 21-7.
Yes, sir.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And that is incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the ball back again.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? About the 18-yard line, it looks like. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They've been able to move the ball well in the air, and certainly a big reason why those receiving corps have been excellent.
There's no doubt about it, Carter. Let's face it.
The Browns drive about to get started. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score.
Hail Mary.
Opportunity.
From the 22, Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry.
Got it. Yeah. Spike that shit. Spike.
Jarvis Landry, 78 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
All right.
By McLaughlin is up
28.
And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Oh, wait. 28-7. My bad. They even scored again. I thought they did.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And the throw to the sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Let's see, take a look at this draft class from this offense, and they win defense with their first-round pick.
Yeah.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all the views coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
No, he was in.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say,
yeah, he was in.
Real time, it was awfully close.
I think he was in.
It looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one. On 2nd and 9, Ryan.
Gotcha, man.
The Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they're playing safe with a run. And they'll bring it down here up at about the 22-yard line. So we come upon halftime. It's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their
28-7.
No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The same people would say just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's not the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They go with Chubb on second down. And they wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield.
She was holding me. Oh, yeah, flag down. He pushed me over and was holding me out. Yeah, fuck yeah.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise is that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man.
Yeah.
And this is
Son, bitch.
Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry there to make the grab. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner.
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get it.
35 to 7.
This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting out, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster the first half, so where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you just have to go out, take pride in your work, and try to put something together here in the second half.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And this is going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1 yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive player, I might be taking safety right now.
Got the wrong.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He finds some open field here. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. 53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night, and that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, fighting his way through contact. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Oh, you Kareem Hunt. We know you got the power. We know you got the speed. Now how about that? Shows a little bit of that wiggle in there. How about that one, partner?
Can you imagine trying to tackle that? Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run. This is Hunt. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let it pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Hard running at the 15. And they work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards is the tackle. 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, when you get good yards like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
It doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business in the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Keenan runs the sneak. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Keenan now.
He's so bitch.
They stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Keenan runs the sneak. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. McLaughlin now for the Browns field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick, it is
38-7.
And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that.
All right, let's go. Get it back.
You're worried about him getting some action,
Go.
getting to
Dominate.
be a part of the game.
Dominate.
Well, he got in and got it done.
They're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On 3rd down, Rosen. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 4th down,
there we go.
This is set away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
That's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. To put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands.
It's about to be over.
Get out of there.
Yep. Game final. 38-7. Yeah. We'll be advanced to next week.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So that's a wrap for Charles.
Well, let's go up the grade of players. Yes, sir. Upgrade all players. That'd be quicker, man. 25 didn't have that. I wish it did. All right, let's advance to next week. Boom. Let's see. Oh, man. All right. So save it here and subscribe for more smoke videos creeping up on your YouTube screen. We'll see you in a bit later. Peace out.